Welcome to Power Yoga and welcome to CrossYoga. I'm still Ria, the host of this channel. Power Yoga is a class with a lot of strength and I hope that you will enjoy it. Please stand at the top end of your mat, still hip width distance in between your feet, and then we'll begin in mountain pose, hands down by your side. Whatever you need to side out and let go before we really dive in, do that. And cross yoga is yoga based on faith, on the Bible, and you're welcome to join even though your faith might not be that big or you don't believe a lot. Today's topic is about habits and maybe what we want to leave behind entering into a new season after COVID. Or it might be another season if you watch this after COVID is over. As you're staying here in mountain pose, try to move a little bit with your eyes closed, maybe doing circles with your hip, shoulders. Just notice how it feels to stand tall. Make sure your breath goes all the way in and down, all the way out. I'll pray a little bit as we start here, and if you like to throw your arms out to the side or whatever, do that. So, God, I want to come to you right now with this postural power yoga class. Thank you that you are present on the mats, in our movements. I pray that you will open our eyes to see what you need us to see. Amen. All right, you can open up your eyes again. If you want to use your Ujjayi breath, you can do that. Starting with a little bit of warm-up. Take your left arm above your head and move to your right side. You might take your right arm here. And then lift up using your core and move to the other side. Make sure you bend your knees. And let's do this with a breath. Inhale, moving. Exhaling to the side. Inhaling up. And exhaling to the side. Let's continue for a little bit. And if you have the habit of being stiff in your yoga, like, oh, I need to stretch, maybe you soften a little bit. And maybe if you're always soften, you go for a little bit more of a stiff stretch to the side. Still warming up though. And one last time to each side. And when you're coming to the middle, bend your knees, fold forward. Fingers reaching down. And maybe you move a little bit. Do whatever that helps your hamstrings, your legs to get warm. Move your hip further back and sink into your chair pose. Engage your core here a little bit. And then as you exhale, take your arms down behind you, squeezing your shoulder blades together. Inhale, reach your arms up. Your legs stays where they are. Exhale, down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale. Inhale. 2 more times. Huge movements with your arms. And shoulders for that matter. All right, up. Reach your arms up. Let your thumbs grab each other. Elbows out to the side. Lean back just a little bit. Try to move your elbows as far away from each other as possible. All right, Right leg go, fold forward. Step your right leg back, wide-legged forward fold, or some part of it at least. So move into a wide-legged stance here, with toes pointing a little bit in. Let your head hang, and then you can bend one knee, make sure knee and toe are somewhat in the same direction of that bended knee. And then you walk kind of to the side. You can move your feet, whatever works, moving, opening up inner legs and thighs. It's not really a right or wrong way to do this, just moving. Now, habits are things that we do without thinking too hard about it. So I was biking on my way here. That's a habit for me. I love biking. All right, so don't think too much about it. I just jump on my bike and I bike. All right, plant your palms to the top of the mat, step back, downward facing dog, and you can keep moving your legs. So habits are actually great for our brain because that makes us the brain relax a little bit. It goes into like a drive or a mode where it saves a little bit of energy because it knows what it's gonna do. So changing habits can be hard. But with COVID, we've had a time, a season in our lives where things were not as they used to be. And coming back to life as it was before is a chance to change habits that no longer serves us. Now find your plank and stay in your plank. Stay strong, micro bend those elbows, lift the heels off, navel in. Knowing your options with knees on the mat, elbows. And move back to down dog. And then we'll do warming up sequence. Inhaling your right leg up towards the sky and stepping your right leg through. Warrior one. So the back foot is a little bit out to the side, rise up. Find a great way to stay here. Leaning forward, arms out to the side like an airplane. And maybe you go low, maybe you don't go as low, up to you. Again, reaching your arms up. Maybe stretching the front leg if that makes sense. And then again, palms down, peel the back heel off the mat. This right leg, move it back and up, three-legged dog, hip opener. So bending the knee. Closing the knee, and one last time here, navel in, take this knee to your left elbow in your plank pose. Again, option of staying here for a breath or two. And move it back, down dog. We do that on the other side as well. Left leg up and stepping it through. Warrior one, back foot out to the side a little bit, not aligned with the short end of the mat though, because we want our hip somewhat to be aligned with the short end of the mat. Arms up. As you move forward, make sure your shoulders are turned down and you rotate your shoulders back as you lean forward. Again, up towards the sky, maybe stretching the front leg. And on a huge exhale, hands down, back heel off, lift the left leg up, open up your hip. Let your heel move towards your left buttocks. Engage your root lock pelvic floor and then closing your hip, left leg, right elbow plank. Breathe. And down dog. Let's do this with our breath. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, stepping it through. Warrior one, inhale, reaching your arms up. On your exhale, you might be faster or slower than me, lean forward. Inhale, reaching your arms up, maybe stretching the front leg. Exhale, hands down, lift right leg up. And this could be a long exhale, or just breathe if that makes sense. Inhale, preparing your plank. Exhale, moving your knee to your right elbow or left elbow. And then back, exhaling. Opposite side, inhale, reach your left leg up. Exhaling, stepping it through. Inhaling, warrior one. Airplane, humble warrior. Exhaling, inhale, reach up. Long exhale, move back. Lifting left leg up, opening up your hip. Inhaling, preparing your plank. Exhaling to the elbow. Lowering it back. One more time through, really working our core and our shoulders. Inhale, right leg up, and again to the front. Warrior one. Deep, long breaths. Exhaling forward. Reaching up, inhaling. You know what to do. Exhaling, hands down. Open up your hip. Closing the hip. Plank. Lift elbow. Inhaling back, step it down. Last time, inhale, left leg to the front. Warrior one. This time, really going low. Warrior one. Long exhale. Lift left leg, open up your hip. Inhaling, plank, right knee, or right elbow, step back. Look to the front, lift the back heel off, jump forward to yoga squat. So toes point out, sit down, palms together. Breathe. All right, engaging your pelvic floor really a lot. Lifting up through the heels, through the legs, engaging everything. Glutes, thighs. And then you elbows your feet on the back to the mat. Inhale, reach your arms up. Thumbs together again, elbows out, back bending. Take a breath. Let go. I hope you're warm. Let's get into our balance poses. Now this is fun, I think. So let's try. Right leg up. Step one is just holding the knee. If you want to move further, take your, I call it peace finger, and wrap around your big toe and try to extend this right leg to the front. Maybe your left arm moves out to the side. Gaze firmly somewhere on the ground in front of you. Standing tall. And if you want to open up your hip, throw your right leg out to the side a little bit. Hock your left hip into the socket. Coming back. Smile as you release. Step right leg back. Extend it back. High lunge. Now as this is power yoga, I want you to bend the front knee quite a bit and try to align knee and ankle. Stretching the hip flexors as we extend the back leg quite a lot. Twisting with our open arms, so your right leg, right arm though, moves out, outer edge of your left thigh, opening up, twisting. And even this top arm behind you, if you can go for binding here, you can do that. My arms will not allow me. Releasing off the twist. Extend the front leg up, turn the back foot around, warrior two. Again down, engaging all of our thigh here to stabilize this front knee. And maybe let's play a little bit. Try to lift the toes, standing on your heel. Where do you feel that? I feel it here. And then lower it down, lifting the heel off. My calves are on fire. Lowering the foot down, extend the leg, and let's do a nice triangle pose to stretch. Align your whole body with your heels. Let go. Hands down, step back, down dog. If you're tired, stay here. Or you can do what I call a power vinyasa, which means plank, low plank on knees or toes, using your cobra or your up dog, and lower down again. Shoulders a little bit more to the front than your fingertips. Plank pose, again, knees or toes, and down dog. That was so much fun, so we have to do it again to make it a habit. Inhale to your plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, cobra, up dog. Exhale, down again. Inhale, plank. Exhale, down dog. Beautiful. Lift the back, the tailbone a little bit higher, your navel towards the thighs without moving feet or hands. Jump or walk to the front again. Fold forward. High mountain. And this time back bending, folding your hands behind your head, supporting your head, and lean back. Soften your knees. And mountain pose. Especially in balance poses, we tend to have bad habits. So whenever we balance, some of us tend to lean out to the side, and that's what I would say, hugging the hip into the socket. So try to discover any bad habits you might have right now. Right leg stays and left leg moves up. Again, holding your knee if you're best with that, or grabbing the front toe. Trying to create length from the heel there all the way to the top of your head. Make sure you breathe also as you extend your leg, either bended or stretched out to the side. One more breath. Stay steady. Stay strong. Move back. Let go. See if you can keep your balance. High lunge. Hip width distance in between your feet. And again, taking your time to kind of sink into this beautiful and hard pose. Notice your shoulders back and down. So what habits do you have beside yoga in your life? Twisting, moving left arm down, right arm up. So a habit some of us have is overachieving, and that might be shown on the mat. So you will never use the easier versions, you will always go for the harder. Or perfection. Could be another habit that you want things to be perfect. Let go of the twist. Stretch the front leg. Pivot the back foot around. Warrior two. This time heels somewhat aligned. And sink low. So are there habits that you tend to have that doesn't really serve you or serve your faith in God, if you have one? Let's lift those toes up again just to see. lower down, heel off. Again, don't overdo this. And sink it down, triangle. You can side out as you lean forward. Looking down, downward facing dog. Side out. Let's do a power vinyasa. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower down. I would actually advise you just to take a cobra here. Inhale up and exhale down. Elbows by your side. Inhale, plank. Exhale, down dog. Lots of triceps movements there. One last sequence. Jump or walk to the top. Fold forward. And stretch all of your back. That can be your legs or actually your back. Sink down your knees and let your hands reach down. Step your right leg a little bit to the back. Don't go too wide. If you want to look at the screen, you can also just stay here so you can have a look at the screen. But I will turn. So this time, toes point out, and you will sink down in a version of a squat, I would say, fitness squat. So from here, you can sway a little bit from side to side. Again, playing with it. Going lower and lower. Pretty low, huh? Take your hands on the inside of your thigh and try to push your thighs a little bit out. But with your legs, you move inward. So your thighs, your knees push in, your hands push out. Try that as I count to, let's say 7. 1, 2, 3, push, 4, 5, 6, 7. I could feel that. All right. Align your feet with the short end of the mat. Don't go too wide. Fold forward. Lift up, and if you want to turn on the mat, do that, facing the screen again. Crossing your legs, sit down on the mat. I would like us to have a little bit of core involved as well. This is this last sequence, if you would call it that. Leaning back, navel in, as we might know this. Sit here, or let's do one where we roll our spine down on the mat. Maybe your head, maybe not. So we have this in your core involvement, engagement the whole time. Round your way up. Maybe letting go with the heel, sitting tall. Again, down, heel, reaching down and up. Boat pose, extend the legs and down. Rounding your back, coming back and down. Doing this a few more times. And don't go for the easy version here. We want to use our core. And again, play with it. Doesn't have to be perfect. Last time down. And up. Awesome. Make your way all the way down on the mat. Again, more core involvement. Let go of the floor. Take your hands out to the side. Now, if you have lower back issues, you will not go this low, okay? Just a little bit out to the side and come back. If you have no problems, navel in, strong core as you move your legs a little bit out to the side. Draw them back using your tummy muscles. And opposite side. Look, my hands are on the floor. So I'm holding the floor so I'm not coming all the way out to the side. To give this a little bit more of a kick, if you like, extend the legs somewhat. And don't be too fast here. I want you to feel what's going on in all of your core. Last time to each side. And feet on the mat. From here, take your feet a little bit closer to your hip. We're going to go into a bridge pose, a full wheel if you like. Root lock engaged, and lift your hip up using your heels, and then walk your shoulder blades together. And holding the mat with your hands or grasping your hands, whatever works. If you want to go into full wheel, you come out of this again. But those of you who don't want to stay in that bridge pose, full wheel, hands by your ears, fingers pointing towards your toes. Lift your hip off, come up maybe on your head if you can't reach all the way up. Using your buttocks to really lift the hip. Now everybody's coming down again. If you're in bridge pose, walk your shoulder blades out. Coming down with your spine on the mat and hug your knees in. I will not take you through a long stretch or a long meditation. So just a few things here. Spinal twist. We'll do it this way this time, that you extend your right leg out. Left foot under the knee joint, and then you move to your right side, coming up on the hip. I like to take my hand here and hold my leg. The other arm out, opposite direction of the bended knee. And then breathe. I want to ask you, though, this question that I heard a few days ago that really spoke to me. Are there any habits, bad habits, that you should leave behind entering in to post-COVID? Are there any bad habits that you should leave behind? Now that you have the chance to kind of get a fresh start of things in your life. Let go of this. And of course, what we do on one side, we do on the other as well. So left leg out, right foot there onto the knee joint, so kind of a hook, and then roll onto your side. Stretching your outer leg here and your spine, lower spine. Now, habits that you might want to consider is like filling your calendar with lots of activity. Maybe this is your time, not to go back and just as business as usual before COVID, but rethinking what brings actual value to my life. And is there anything God is calling me to in this season? Coming back. Now this will be a little bit of a stretch for our legs. So right leg up. You can either hold your knee or calves or even your toes if you like. This leg you don't hold, you can either bend it or stretch it out, whatever is suitable for your body today. Changing legs. So if you are a person who likes to plan, maybe a habit that you need to let go a little bit of is controlling and planning. Being a little bit more free. And if you're a free spirit that really don't like to plan, maybe give it a shot. Not just to get involved in everything, but taking a step back and actually wonder, is this the right thing God is calling me into right now? And let go. Now I will not guide you into a resting position because you know you can do that if you want. But maybe your time now is better served by finding your journal or a piece of paper and writing down all the activities and things that you're involved in or would typically just step into. And then evaluate to see if all of these things are actually what is the right thing for you right now. If it was me doing this, I would have a conversation with God as I write things down and just to notice and feel and listen in to what actually is good and what I'm called to. A suggestion from my heart to your heart. And thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you like this somewhat short power class. Stay on the channel, stay tuned. I'll be here also post-COVID if you keep liking and sharing all these videos. Thank you.